Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Leeuwen certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable. It hardly seems a year ago we were at Lommel in Belgium, but believe you me, it is 12 months. We're back here for round 8, having looked around this beautiful area, beautiful city. A well-established motocross track is Lommel. They've held all sorts of Grand Prix here over the years, and we're back for round 8 of WSC in the deep sand of Lommel. Quick look back, we all know what happened in Spain. Marvin van Leeuwen and Nicolas Mousset absolutely cleaned up. They did the same in Portugal. They flew high, wide and handsome to clean up. In the sand in Herder, it was Koen Hermans and Ben van der Bogart who lifted the spoils. Van Leeuwen was back on form in Mousset's home country of France at Prix. Then it was Langer, Hermans, Ben van der Bogart again, super strong in Langer. Gdansk in Poland was where Etienne Bax found his mojo. He and Cermak were on it. Koen Hermans and Ben van der Bogart come here to Lommel, second in the championship, but in fairness, it's more than one race points the gap. Koen, if Herder is anything to go by, you stand every chance this weekend of making up a lot of that ground.
Yeah, well, it's Lommel is really sandy, so it will be surviving. Yeah, in Herder we did have a good weekend, so I hope we can do this again this weekend.
You're on home ground here, lots of local support and fans, I'm sure. Does that help?
Of course, when there are a lot of people here around the track and they are supporting you, that gives some good motivation, so that's really good.
The two of you at the top are sand specialists. You both grew up on it from a very early age. Is the same true of Etienne, who is closing?
Well, yeah, Etienne is also riding a lot of sand, so yeah, I think we are both really strong in the sand, so it will be a good battle.
Gert van Woven had a very strong ride at the previous round, just last week in fact, in Poland. He comes here now to a completely different set of conditions. But Gert, your passenger this week, because Rob is still injured, the passenger this week, Kenny van Galen, he is a sand specialist. That's going to help, surely?
Yeah, for sure. I text Kenny to ask if he's fit and willing to step in the sidecar, and he texts me right away back, Gert, I will have a try, I'm fit, and yeah, I would love to do it with you here in Lommel. And yeah, he did not passenger for I think a year ago, but he's still in physical health. He runs every day, so yeah, I think it will match perfectly. And I know Kenny, we rode already several Grand Prix, and if he says he will do it, then for sure he will do it, so I don't need to worry about him.
Gert Gordiev and Ivo de Wiel had a really strong ride in Poland last weekend. Conditions were tough, but Gert, you're here. It's a long drive across here to Belgium, but you've got the family with you and the weather's good. That must help, surely.
Yeah, compared to Spain and Portugal, it's not so far. It's 2,200 kilometers is quite normal for us. This weekend weather will be super. Maybe a little bit hard for the racing, but normally I like hot, but not rain.
How are you with the sand? Would you say you're a sand rider? I notice you've done the front mudguard the way that the Dutch do it to keep the sand from your face.
Normally I'm not so good because I think the sand prefers stronger rider. I'm like a little bit maybe not so strong, but you have to learn how to ride the sand, and if it comes, then you never know what happens. I'm like, I remember in my life one time I enjoyed really much riding in sand, but it's many years ago. But let's hope that this weekend we can change it.
Davy Sanders and Luke Rostang have been on our radar quite a lot in recent weeks. I've asked Davy to join me to have a quick look at the track, and in particular this rise, this jump before the finish. It's been graded now, but when it gets cut up, Davy, how do you choose your line, and is it important when you get the other side?
The line is always in the front of the corner, and then you need to find the best line. It's always in the center, especially before the corner, then can you follow the line.
So if you're in a groove going up here, you don't really know what it's like the other side until you get over the top, right?
Yeah, in sand, you need always give gas to the top, and you see where you jump.
Yeah, because I noticed in practice there were two lines down here, two ruts. One of them had a big bump in it.
Yeah, the left chairs always have a better line for the right corner after this. For the pass, you need always think in front where you ride. Yeah.
I noticed Brett Wilkinson was hard over on the right-hand side, and it was pretty flat there. He could go fast.
Yeah. Here is the left chairs a little bit in the. It's better, but
But you've grown up in the sand, and you obviously enjoy it.
I like more the hard tracks, but if you are from Belgium, there are more sand tracks. So especially the speed is, it's really important for a good flow. So you need always give gas open.
So from where we are here, your optimum line, the best line, is straight to the apex of the bend,
Yeah.
Cutting as tight as you can.
Yeah, you start in the middle, and it's better to go to the right.
And hope there's nobody on this side.
No. No.
I'm not going to race you to it, but it's a long way.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me, and have good luck at the weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Two qualification races then, that's what it's all about. These are to earn the grid places for the Grand Prix races tomorrow. It's a very short sprint. Who's got this one? Into the turn first time. It's Bax round the outside. Look at Bax. Bax and Andre Chermak ahead of Tim Prumer. Tim Prumer, Marvin van Lukenen is in there. There's van Lukenen in third. In fourth place, that looked like Prunier. Kilian and Yvon Prunier, the number 94 French crew. Tim Prumer, Janos Stegmans, German-Belgian pairing. Neck and neck now with Van Lukenen. They're on the left, he's on the right. Out in front though, it's Etienne. Etienne Bax, away with it. Absolutely away with qualification Group A. Van Lukenen still dicing with Prumer. There is Justin Kurban and Dion Rietman, the number 7, alongside the Pruniers, the 94. It was indeed Kilian and Yvon Prunier who got that cracking start. There's Prumer. That's Kuhnherm. No, it's not Van Lukenen. So Prumer chasing down Van Lukenen. What am I talking about? Van Lukenen is there. Prumer giving a really good account of himself on that big KTM. Kurban in there as well. This is going to be close stuff. But Bax and the Prunier boys are hanging in as well. Here they come, round in the back of your picture. But Tim Prumer's something of a revelation in the 2023 season. He really is a bit special. They both are. Oh, who's that stop? 181, that's Mike Kurban and Zach Snell. Mike Kurban, cousin to Justin Kurban. There's your race leader, Etienne Bax, Andre Chermak. Absolutely flying here in the sand. They were quick in pre-qualifying this morning. The timed practice, if you like. Kurban now closing, chasing hard on the back of Prumer. And Kurban and Rietman have got the Leelbardis twins for company. In fact, the Leelbardis twins have gone past Justin Kurban, Dion Rietman. Daniel and Bruno Leelbardis. And there's Stefan Wyers. Stefan Wyers, Luik van der Putten, the 418 crew. That's Jason Van Dalen and Gianni Dont. his temporary passenger again because Costas still not fit. He's here in Lommel, helping in the pits, but he's not taking part. Gianni Dont's doing his job. Still Tim Prumer hanging on there, going, really, look how much they've filled in. Justin Kerben has been well and truly filled in. Leo Bardis now behind him again. So Kerben and Riedman have got past the Latvian twins. I said last week they were 17, they're not, they're 16, they're 17. The first weekend of July. Race leaders then, Etienne Bax, Andre Chermak in qualification race A. Really out in front by a country mile, 30 seconds the gap they've got now over Marvin van Leeuwenhoek. And it's a wave in the air because they know they've done it. It's done deal, home and dry. What victory for them. Brilliant stuff. Etienne Bax, Andre Chermak, qualification race win here in Group A. Marvin van Leeuwenhoek is going to bring it home in second place. He and Nicolas Musset. And Tim Prumer, Janos Stegmans, a fantastic third from almost getting the whole shot, but they had to give second best on this occasion to Etienne Bax. That's not too shabby, is it? Van Leeuwenhoek then runner-up. Tim Prumer, Janos Stegmans in his third, the German shaking his head with delight. Confirmation of that. Bax, Van Leeuwenhoek, Tim Prumer. Kerben got the better of the Lille Bardis boys. The Pruniers had a good start and finished sixth. Stefan Wyers, I told you he was going well. He and Van der Putten there in seventh. Frank Mulders eighth. Tim, you're earning a reputation as the man who can almost get the whole shot every time. That was a great race.
Yeah, it was a really great race. Good start. Tried to follow the fast guys in front, Bax and Van Leeuwenhoek. We got a bit gap to them, but then we find our speed and keep it the whole race.
At half distance, I thought maybe Kerben was going to close in on you, but he didn't.
I think it's difficult to overtake. That was sure good for us, but we keep the good line, we keep the pace, and we got the third place.
Group B then. Who's going to get this one? The ladies move away, the 5-second board being shown. Look over on the left-hand side, that's a quick line. That's a good start by Koen Hermans, but he's neck and neck, and on the other side of him is Brett Wilkinson. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard get this one. They've beaten Hermans into the whole shot. Brilliant start by the British crew. There they go then, over the jump. Hermans in second place. Oh, look at that. Hermans, the Sandman, on the right-hand side of your picture. Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard. Looks like they're behind here, but trust me, they've got their lines sorted out. They've had a really good look at this. Marco Heinze had a good start. Davy Sanders had a good start. That looks like Davy Sanders in third place there. Oh, upside down. Who is that? Can't see. Let's get the number. Oh, that's Herkmans. That's Herkmans and Robbie Bax, I think. Husker Herkmans, Robbie Bax, the 856 crew. Upside down. Robbie Bax riding for fun these days, enjoying it. But look, race leaders. Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard. Koen Hermans has stopped. And round goes Lefferink. Tim and Sam Lefferink go round the outside. Ben van der Bogart's got his hand in the air. Herkmans already closing, he's got it righted, he's on the back, but Hermans is away now, not quite at the back of the pack, but certainly well down the order. Koen Hermans, Ben van der Bogart have got to play catch-up now. What can they do? This has given Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard a breather, a lifeline, something to hang on to, but they're out in front. They don't need any help from anyone. They can do it on their own. They're riding really well, and this track at Lommel, they're riding it the other way round this year. They're going clockwise off the start, and that seems to suit the left-hand chairs. There's Hermans now, up and running again and going. I don't know whether he pulled the automatic kill switch out or what. His lanyard might have got tangled up and tugged it out. But there behind him, Marco Heinze, Rudy Betchart with another left-hand chair, the Swiss pair. Look how quick they are on that line. They can race down off the jump, get on the inside, hit the apex, and now they're alongside Hermans again, but they're so fast down there, just like Brett Wilkinson. Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard out in front of this one. But they've got a chase on their hands because Hermans is fighting his way through the pack. I don't think he's going to get in touch. I might be forced to eat my words, but you can see how deep it's cut out here at Lommel. It's always the same, this deep, deep sand. You either like it or love it. We're not going to call it that well-known spread that you put on your toast. But you like it or hate it. There's Wilkinson. Wilkinson and Millard. They're now neck and neck, going past Leffering. So Leffering caught up with them. Leffering caught up. I didn't see that coming. Tim and Sam Leffering caught up with Wilkinson and Millard, past them, and now they're having to work hard to keep these youngsters at bay. And here they go on that fast line. Oh, Leffering, and Wilkinson hits him. Leffering nearly capsized it, and through goes Hermans. Through goes Hermans and Ben van der Bergard. So Wilkinson and Millard now in third, after Leffering capsized in front of them, or almost capsized. Wilkinson gave him a nudge, tipped them up the right way, and everybody got going again. Now, Wilkinson on the inside of Leffering. What a battle this is! And Sam Leffering nearly went over the handrail. It's rough, but Hermans is now in front of Brett Wilkinson. Joe Millard puts a hand in the air. Come on, get out of our way. You're on our line. Well, look how choppy it is. Let's see where Brett can do it. Off that last jump and down towards the finish. That's the quick line. Here he goes. He's on the right-hand side. Well, that's a different one, but he made it work. That'll do for me. But round the outside goes Hermans again. Hermans and Wilkinson. What a battle they're having. Koen Hermans takes the wide line, gets in the loose stuff. That did him no good at all. Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard, absolutely flying here. What a season they're having. And I have to tell you, Brett Wilkinson is black and blue from his crash in Poland when the bike hit him. But he's not feeling that now. He's taken the checkered flag. Good stuff. Brilliant qualifying B group win for Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard. What a fantastic result. The Leffering boys fought hard. That's it then. Wilkinson, Hermans and Leffering. What a battle that was. Marco Heinz, Rudy Betchart in there. Sanders, Gert van Verven. Not Robbie de Veener, it's Kenny van Galen. Visselink and Van der Lagermaat in the top 10. Tim Leffering was really hungry. How did Hermans get the lead? How did they pass you?
Over the back part of the track. Leffering was in the lead and he tipped up and we hit him from behind and kept him on three wheels. But with that, Hermans took the lead round the outside of both of us. So he took 2 for 1 and then we had a bit of work to do, yeah.
Didn't take you long to get back in front, and you've got a fantastically quick line over that jump and down towards the start area.
Yeah, we managed to find a good line across the front at the start there and made a good move on Leffering there and tried on Hermans, but he covered it off, so we passed him over near the pits on the inside, which was another good move.
Tim Leffering, you and your brother had a fantastic battle there all the way through in the top 3. Was that one of the better races you've had this season?
Yeah, I think it was the best. We had the first place for a time, and we take little mistakes. So we must have 2 teams go. It was a good race. Power was good, speed was good. So it was a nice race.
We're continuing our look at the teams in the paddock, and over the season we'll work our way through to just about everybody with a bit of luck. I've got Justin Kerb and Dion Rietman with me, who've been going particularly well this season, but as you're always quick to remind me, you finished last season pretty quickly as well.
Yes, the last season it was, to be honest, not that good of an end.
No.
A lot, again, some injuries, but this year we are fit again, so hungry for more.
We were talking informally before we started the interview, and I asked you how long you've been together. A lot of teams change, Dion, over the closed period, but you guys have stuck it out for how long?
Well, we started in 2015, so yeah, you make the math. And we had a break year for 2 years, or 1.5. And then yeah, it just really clicks, and the team around us didn't change as well. The mechanics still the same, everybody's still together. So that's just a really good, familiar feeling, and yeah, it seems to work out really well for us. So.
What was your introduction to passengering in sidecar motocross? How did it come about?
Well, I think it was in 2009 or 10. I started with my friends from my local, from my town. Wilfried Vos, also riding in the GP sometimes. And well, yeah, he just asked, do you want to ride together just for fun? So yeah, then I just rolled into the world and just kept going from there.
And your experience, Justin?
It's part of the family. I have an uncle who did drive sidecars, my dad, another nephew. So it's a family sport on my side.
We've talked a lot with the other teams, and the family theme runs all the way through the paddock, doesn't it? And it's strange, really, that it's that way, but I suppose if you're a little boy growing up in it, it's inevitable.
Yeah, but I think also this sport is pretty unique. So if you don't know the sport, it's pretty uncommon to start a sport like this. So yeah, if your dads do it, then you probably are gonna do it.
And I gather you passengered before you were a driver.
Yeah.
Did that help? I mean, I went that route as well, as it happens, and it helped me.
I think it's helped. I know where a passenger has it difficult, and I know places where everywhere. And yeah, so that helps, of course. But it was pretty hard from the first year when I was going to be a driver, because I know the speed. I had the speed, but I could not do that uncomfortable. So a lot of arm pump in the beginning.
A lot of crashes.
A lot of crashes in the beginning.
A lot of crashes.
Thanks for joining us. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barry.
Welcome back to Lommel in Belgium for Grand Prix Day. 2 races on the programme today in this idyllic setting and on this famous, iconic track where there has been so much motocross action over the decades. Busy community thriving here, so we expect a big crowd. The temperature in the very high 20s. Believe you me, it is hot in Lommel this weekend. Traditional presentation, the FIM delegates, the club officials, the organisers, the promoter, everyone gets introduced to the crowd. And the riders, of course, line up to sign autographs, meet their fans, and it's hot. Marco Heinze and Rudi Betschart, the Swiss couple who have the left-hand sidecar, have not had the luckiest season so far in 2023. But Marco, maybe coming here in the sand now to Lommel, your luck will change because you were going very well in qualifying.
Yes, I like this track, but the qualifying was good yesterday. But well, I hope it's coming good today.
It seems that it suits the left-hand sidecars. There are some good lines for the left-hand sidecar.
Yes, I think yes, but in the first half time of the race, I think it's a little bit difficult, but in the second half time, it's good for us. So I hope.
Well, here's how they line up. Marco Heinze went pretty well in qualifying as well, so you can see he's 8th there. Bax, Wilkinson, Van Lukener, Hermans, Prummer, Lefrink, Gerben, Heinze, Neil Bardis boys, Davy Sanders in the top 10 in qualifying. French brothers, French champions indeed. Prunier, Van Verben, not with Robbie Devane, with Kenny Van Galen this weekend. And the rest of the guys there, well, Jason Van Dalen, not a sand lover, but he'll give it a best shot. You can believe that. Mike Hodges, Jack Wilkinson here from the UK. Well, the tension building, the temperature is building. It is unbelievably hot, not a cloud in the sky. It's going to be tough for those guys racing in Lommel. It's just around the corner. Race 1, do not miss an inch of it. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Join us. 20 minutes plus 2 laps then ahead of these guys. Oh, that's Etienne Bax. Etienne Bax stuck on the gate. Etienne Bax, defending champion, fastest man in qualifying, is stuck on the gate and he's not away yet. But Tim Prumer is. Tim Prumer and Jano Stegmans with Marco Heinze in second place. There's Hermans. Well, Heinze now in third, so that was camera angle. Van Lukenen is fourth, but Tim Prumer, Jano Stegmans lead. Koen Hermans, Marco Heinze, and Rudy Betschot. The rest of these guys getting filled in with sand. Not the best start for Justin Kerben. Justin Kerben down there. There's Heinze with Van Lukenen. Then it's Daniel Willemsen. Daniel Willemsen 1-1-1, having a rare outing here. Haven't seen a lot of him this season. Gert van Verven with Kenny Van Galen. There's Kerben. Kerben behind Van Verven, the number 7 of Kerben, who's been going so strongly. Prunier's in there. But look at this man, Prumer. Big fat back tyre on there. I saw him fitting it. It was a Russian tyre. He said it's the last one I've got. So I hope it's going to be lucky for him this weekend. But look at Van Lukenen. Van Lukenen on a charge, but ahead of him is Hermans and of course Tim Prumer. But Hermans has now gone past Tim Prumer. There, you can see it now. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Bogart, number 3, leading the race here, ahead of Tim Prumer and Jano Stegmans. Hermans was very fast in Herder in the deep sand, and he's been going so well here, but not the quickest bunny in qualifying. That went to Etienne Bax, who's now playing catch-up like you wouldn't believe after being stuck on the gate for a full 15 seconds. So Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak having to make their way through now. There's Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard ahead of Gert van Verven. Here comes Brett. Here comes Brett. Brett Wilkinson alongside Heinze. 2 left-handed chairs high over the jump. Wilkinson and Millard making their way up. They didn't get the best of starts, having won a qualifying race yesterday. Joe Millard, such an accomplished and experienced passenger. Just what the doctor ordered as far as Brett Wilkinson is concerned. That's Leferink. Leferink absolutely charging. Tim and Sem Leferink going past the 10 times world champion, Daniel Willemsen. And now Kerben. Kerben alongside Wilkinson, having a look as well. So Justin Kerben coming up to play here. Totally different lines. A look over the shoulder from Brett, but Kerben has got him. Justin Kerben now moving up 1 place on the table on Brett Wilkinson. Etienne Bax fighting through the field. He is gobbling up places like you would not believe. Just look at him making his way through. So fast. That lightweight husky. Tim Prumer, Jano Stegmans still fighting. They've got Kerben on the back of them now. But he is impressive, there's no doubt about it. Here comes Bax. Bax then. I can't tell you where he is at the moment. He's just making up 2 places every lap and 3 on some. Having just gone past the 181 of Mike Kerben and Zach Snell. Cousin to Justin Kerben, who's now well and truly ahead of Tim Prumer. Bax now on the back of Gert van Verven and Kenny Van Galen. Not for long. Is he going to go past? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but if I had to put money on it, I'd put money on it right now, because Bax has taken the place. So he has now moved up, going strongly here. Gert van Verven, well, with Kenny Van Galen, who won't have ridden a long time. So 18 months, I think he's been away. Leferink on his way. There's Gert van Verven still battling, but Bax is now past and away. Leferink now ahead. For how long? Not very long. Bax has gone past Tim and Sem Leferink, the number 75 red-shirted crew. Oh, that's Gert van Verven underneath the bike. Kenny Van Galen trying to get him sorted, but Gert van Verven, the big Dutchman, capsizes underneath. Baxen blissfully unaware of that, but Kerben fighting on Van Lukenen. Van Lukenen and Nicolas Mousset just having been relegated. Oh, there's a lot of smoke coming from the number 3 race leader, Koen Hermans. Oh, that is not going to go the distance, surely. It's smoking, 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 and that bike is too young to smoke. What's going to happen here? This is interesting indeed. Brett Wilkinson now on Van Lukenen. Brett Wilkinson moving up a place, but Kerben has already gone by. So Brett Wilkinson fighting hard here. What a comeback for him. Having been passed by a couple of the guys, he's now fighting back. So Brett Wilkinson looking really, really strong here. This is an incredible race, and the rate at which Etienne Bax and André Chermac gobble. Oh, look at that pass! Past Millard! Bax and Chermac absolutely flying. Going past a whole gaggle of them, but in that mix was Brett Wilkinson. Oh, that's given up the ghost. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard. It has packed up. It's given up the ghost on the last lap. So Etienne Bax, charging on, has only got Justin Kerben ahead of him now. Justin Kerben and Dion Rietman leading the race now with the departure of Koen Hermans. And there they are, and there they are. This is going to be a terrific, terrific half a last lap. Etienne Bax then knows that he... How quick do you want that? He shot past Kerben. Sensational. From last place, 15 seconds delay on the grid. He's going to win this. They are going to win this. Bax and Chermac. What a duo they are. Fantastic. Checkered flag. Race 1. Last to first. Something of history being made here with that big delay stuck at the gate. Justin Kerben, Dion Rietman. What more did they have to do? And it's going to be 3rd place for Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. Terrific result for them. They're going to bring it home 3rd. Great for their points, great for their championship, and that's a man who's black and blue with bruises. Van Lukenen is going to be 4th. Here they are, Marvin Van Lukenen and Nicolas Mousset, 4th place. The best they could do, but they get valuable points to retain that red plate. They still have a long, long advantage over anyone else. What a race! Bax, Kerben, Wilkinson, Van Lukenen, the top 4. You saw that Marco Heinze finished 5th ahead of Lille Bardis, Stefan Weiss, Lurt van der Putten, Kilian Prunier and brother Evan ahead of Frank Mulders, Tom van der Lagemat, top 10.
I think it cannot be possible to ride from last position to the front, but I trust to Etienne, because he is so strong on the scent, and if I see from yesterday how we are going and how we keep the going on this kind of the track, then I trust to him to be possible, and he nice to ride and to find the good lines on the track. That was the reason why we can win this first moto, yeah.
Ben, a fantastic ride, but then in the last dying stages it all came to nothing. What a terrible disappointment.
Yeah, what can we say? We are very disappointed. We were the fastest on the track, leading on a comfortable position, and then our engine stopped. But yeah, it's still a mechanical sport, and yeah, now we are building hard to get ready for the second race.
Davy Maris of Sidecar Service has been involved in the world of sidecar motocross for well over 20 years. He's no stranger to anyone who knows anything about the sport, but he's got something of a different role this weekend, one he has done before. But Davy, this event at Lommel, you're now the organizer of the Grand Prix here at Lommel, but you also did it last year, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Last year it was normally the GP of Ukraine. And with the war, it was difficult to organize over there. And then, yeah, we take the question to the FIM organizer and Martin from VRC if we maybe can organize the Belgian GP. So in a short time, we organize together with the old organizer Laurent and together with my colleague Robin from Danical Motorhols, and we jump on the Belgian GP because it was quite diet. And now this is the second time, and I think, yeah. We have a nice event. the Belgian crew is here, the Dutch crew is short. So I think tomorrow we're gonna have nice races, nice public, beautiful day.
The track is prepared well. Looking behind you, it's a sea of sand, but that's traditional for all the Belgian and Dutch circuits, is it?
Yeah. We're born in the sand. We have some hard packed tracks, but it's in the French side of Belgium. And the sand is, where we get born and learn to ride. It's a little bit soft, not so big crashes maybe, but it's special.
Your business, as I said, is sidecar service. Your VMC supplier for the world, your Zabel engine man. What is your passion? What keeps you going, apart from the commercial side of it?
The art, I'm born on the motocross. From first week I'm there on the track, and it's passion. And we do the service, we make the engines, we supply the tires, and now GP is the next part, we can say. And the sport needs much more people like I am, I think, who helping the sport, because it's not, you see also the crews are not so big anymore. And I can also just ask to the people who can help us do it. We need you. We need people with passion for the sport, for the motocross, sidecarcross. So I think it's a way to go.
Well, what a race one we had. They have to do it all over again, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. Koen Hermans and Ben van den Boogaard have got some catching up to do. You saw the blue sky behind Davy Maris. It is hot here. Hot for motocross. The action will be hot, as well as the weather. Race 2 is just around the corner. Well, into the dying seconds, Etienne Bax clean away this time, made no mistake over on the hard left. But who's that going with him? Well, it's Tim Prumer and Jarno Stegmans again. Tim Prumer, Jarno Stegmans getting the whole shot. We're going to rename them. Goodness me. Marco Heinzer, flying start again in second place for the Swiss. But it's Bax and Schermack, race 1 winners in third. Van Lukener and Mousset in fourth. But Tim Prumer rocketing away again on that KTM and opening up a good gap as well. I think his philosophy, his strategy is to go as hard as he can in the early stages and double take the hindmost. Bax already up to second place, 82. Bax and Schermack on the crest of a wave here in Lommel, riding so well. Marco Heinzer, Rudi Betchart, the very, very amiable Swiss pairing, about to be passed, I think, by Marvin van Lukener, sliding through on the inside. Yes, it is. Van Lukener then. Underneath he goes, over the top of the jump. He's now up to third behind Bax and Schermack. Marvin van Lukener acutely aware that his championship lead will be eroded. There's Brett Wilkinson again. That's not too shabby. In fifth, Jason Van Dalen. Then that looked like Prunier, but I'm not going to swear to it because I couldn't quite catch the back of the shirts. But it did look like the French Prunier brothers. Might be Leo Bardis's in black. He's changed shirts all the way through. Prumer then, 17 on the KTM. A couple of mega two-strokes in this race. Davy Sanders has one. Leo Bardis has the other. There's Jason Van Dalen, the 723. With Gianni Dont, stand-in passenger, replacing Kostas Beletskas. That was indeed Prunier. There's Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard ahead. Oh dear, that's Jason Van Dalen upside down with Gianni Dont in the deep sand. And once you get stuck in this, well, you might as well call it game over. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard, chasing hard now. Going very, very well indeed. But what a catastrophe for them. Think of the disappointment. Flying around, they said. Ben said, actually, we're the fastest guys on track. Well, not quite true, Ben, because Etienne Bax was absolutely flying. But you weren't to know that. Fair enough. You were out in front and pulling away. But you didn't know the missile that was coming with the 82 plating. Tim Prumer. Van Lukener. Van Lukener past Prumer. Now up to second place, Marvin van Lukener and Nicolas Mousset. Well, Jason Van Dahl has done some damage here to Gianni Gont, or they're both injured. That's a sight I never want to see. And guys are lying on the ground. Let's hope they're okay. Bax and Chermak making no mistake this time. Wilkinson duking it out then with Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. Hermans going past Brett Wilkinson and now in pursuit of Tim Prumer, but Brett is he's getting his own back here alongside. Now where's he going to go? On that inside line. Prumer then, just fouled it up just a little bit for Brett Wilkinson and allowed Hermans to get away. But, you know, you never know, and there's Prumer in the deep stuff. So once he's in that, on the deep berm, well, lucky Brett didn't follow him in there. Justin Kuban and Dion Rietman, they're making their way up. They didn't have the best of starts. They just sorted it out past the Lille Bardis boys, I think. That was the Lille Bardis boys we were looking at earlier. Brett Wilkinson still on the back of Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. Having a good weekend, the British crew here. Came here 4th in the championship. And they're doing that no harm at all with this ride. Wilkinson then. He's got a very fast line over this jump and down on the right. There he goes into the turn. That's the back of the start-finish straight, or across the end of the start-finish straight, shall I say. So Wilkinson now has pulled a move on Hermans, has gone up a place into what I think is second place by my calculations. Hermans had it, Wilkinson wanted it. Well, what a great ride by Brett. And there you can see Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. Neck and neck, these two, they're back in front. So it's going to go like this all the way to the wire here. But again, when Brett comes down to that fast line, he's got a cracking line down there. But well, will Hermans make a blocking move? He'll have seen that. He'll be very aware of where Wilkinson is quick. This is another cracking race. There's Wilkinson again, same move. And he made it stick. Hermans then having another look. He didn't close the door. There's only Van Lukenen ahead now, and Wilkinson is on him. He's on the back of the red plate holder, and then Bax is out in front, so forget Etienne Bax, he's away with it. But Brett Wilkinson looking to go second here and taking second place. Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard up to second place. Van Lukenen relegated. Where's Koen Hermans? There's Hermans. Hermans, Ben van den Bogart in 4th. Can Brett Wilkinson hold this all the way to the checkered flag? Well, still a fight back. It's not a done deal yet. Bax looking strong here, out in front, making no mistakes. It's a comfortable lead. I can't always pick these guys out head on because they're getting so filled in. There's Davy Sanders, Luc Rostang, the mega engine looking strong. Frank Mulders looking good with young Rodolphe Le Breton doing the business this weekend ahead of Tim Leferink. Leferink then trailing Mulders, but Etienne Bax, Andre Chermak have done it again. Double victory here, maximum points in Lommel. But who is going to follow them home? Is it going to be Brett Wilkinson? Waiting now for the left-hand chair of the British crew, but victory for Etienne Bax and Andre Chermak. It's Brett Wilkinson. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard getting second place here, and that will give them second overall for the motocross on the weekend. Who's going to be third? Is it Hermans or Van Lukenen? Second place it is, though, for Brett Wilkinson. It's going to be Hermans because he's well clear now of Van Lukenen. Hermans and Ben van den Bogart, some consolation for their race 1 debacle, their disappointment, broken-hearted, call it what you like. 4th place for Van Lukenen. 54 seconds adrift of Etienne Bax. Wilkinson was 20 seconds down on him, but not as big as his first race margin. What a victory. Well, Etienne Bax, Wilkinson, Hermans, I'm breathless. Van Lukenen, Heinze, another 5th ahead of Kerben. Lille Bardis, Mulders ahead of Leferink, and another 10th place for Tom and Hanrad Hull.
Sand is what we like, so the track was second motor pretty gnarly. Had some problems with the suspension, but yeah, great. Be back on the box again, so very happy.
Yeah, you've been aiming for a podium all season, here you are again.
Yes, 2 times in sand, so I hope more sand tracks will come this season.
Brett, terrific result, and you were bruised a little bit, you were hurting, but boy, can you fight.
I was hurting so bad the last 5 minutes, but come from 9th there to second. Yeah, what a job from the team in it, and Joe, and yeah, so happy, yeah.
Andre, I didn't think you could better what you did in race 1, but you took race 2 by the throat. Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. We are so happy. So good result. We take first double win this year, and we're so happy to be back, and we can focus to the end of the season. In the second motor, we had a better start. That was what we need to keep the going and to take double win. Yeah, nice.
Well, Van Lukena's margin eroded somewhat. Bax is there, 287. So closing in, Hermans, Brett Wilkinson stronger in 4th. Kerben closing in a bit. Davy Sanders, Lil Bardis, Tim Prumer, top 10 for him. What a brilliant season he's having. Gert van Verven, Heinz are there. Jason Van Dalen, the rest of the guys. I mean, it was so hot here. Hats off to these fellas who fought like you would not believe in Lommel. Waiting for Dan Foden and Ryan Humphrey to come back. They'll be joining us soon with a bit of luck. Well, an amazing Belgian Grand Prix here on a track that we know is hard. It's tough. We move from here to Strasbessenbach in Germany. Hard pack all the way home now. From me, Barry Nutley, and all of us at WSC, hope you enjoyed this one. We certainly did. Join us for Germany, Strasbessenbach.
We never stop, so go on when you finish. And even when we bleed, still believe that we can win this. We got what's underneath, you're all about that image. We never even stop at the top, no limits. Champions, and we're the champions. And we're the champions. And we're the champions. So bring it on.
Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupidus, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin Van Lukena certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.